Hey everybody, I just wanted to show everyone real quickly how easy it is to solve and check your answers on a lot of these common problems you see on Facebook and elsewhere where they have an order of operations problem, mixing, addition, subtraction, and so on. It's really easy just to pull out a calculator before, leaving just an incorrect answer. You've got some one of these problems here: 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 0. And right there, it's 18. That's because your cell phone calculator understands the order of operations. Your cell phone calculator understands that multiplication has precedence over addition or subtraction. I'll see a lot of people, confidently answer the 0, which is wrong. To get 0, you would have to add parentheses that don't exist in this problem. If I would write it this way, and we got 6, and I put another, here we go, put parentheses, and then multiply it by 0. Guess what, folks? It is 0. So that's what you would need. The parentheses tell you to solve everything inside first and then multiply by 0. And unfortunately, a lot of people think that you just go left to right and you get the answer of 0, and that's incorrect. Now, I know some people are going to tell me, well, gee, I used my dollar store calculator and it gave me an answer of 0. Well, guess what? It's because that type of calculator cannot handle an entire expression with mixed operations unless you do the multiplication first on that type of calculator. Some calculators work in what's called immediate execution mode, and they don't accept an entire mixed operations expression. It's just that simple. That's the reason. It's not that, you type it in on your, $1.57 calculator that you bought at the checkout at the grocery store and it tells you the answer is 0, does not mean you're correct. There's a number of other problems out there too. There's like 50 plus, let's see, what is it? 10 times 0 plus 7 plus 2. 59, that's the answer. And again, I'll see a lot of people say the answer is 9. And again, once again, no, you need parentheses in order to get 9. You'd have to go 50 plus 10. Then put parentheses, then times 0 plus 7 plus 2. Guess what? Now it equals 9. Because once again, a lot of people don't remember the order of operations that they were taught in school. You solve anything inside of the parentheses first using order of operations. Then you look for exponents. Or if you're from the UK, you're familiar with the word orders. And then after that, you look for multiplication and division, and you solve those left to right, and then finally it's addition and subtraction. So in this case, if I wrote it this way, I would solve in the parentheses first. Even though that's addition, 50 plus 10, you solve the 50 plus 10 first because it's inside a parentheses. Then you multiply that by 0. So 60 times 0 is 0, plus 7 plus 2 is 9. And yeah, that's pretty simple stuff, guys. Another simple problem, 60 plus 60 times 0 plus 1. That's obviously 61. And a lot of people, the common answer I'll see is anything times 0 is 0, so the answer is 1. Anything times 0 is 0, so the answer is 1. Once again, the people that answer that are forgetting the order of operations. If you want to make the answer 1, then you've got to put parentheses around it again. 60 plus 60 inside of parentheses times 0 plus 1. Now you've got your 1. Everybody's happy. Now the worst answer I'll see on this is where people will say the answer to this problem was 121. And a lot of people are doing that too. And the reason people do that is because they go, well, gee, guys, 0 times 60 is 0, but I swear 60 times 0 is 1. Guess what? No. 60 times 0 is 0. 60 times 0 is the same thing as adding 60 0 times. So if I have 60 pencils and I'm going to sell them in my little Etsy shop in 0 bags, Well, how many bags of 60 pencils do I have available for sale on my Etsy shop? I have 0 bags of pencils. That's what it means. When I have 60 times 0, it means take 60 and add it 0 times. How many 60s did I add into that grouping? 0. It has nothing to do, and I'll see so many people say, well, if I take 60 times 0, I still have my 60 pencils, so it's equal to 60. What's happening is people are confusing multiplication with addition when they're doing that. 60 times 1 is 60, right? 60, let me do this. 60 plus 0 is 60. And this is where I think they're getting confused. They're remembering that 60 plus 0 is 60, so they're thinking in their mind that 60 times 0 is 60, and obviously that's not correct at all. So these are some of the common problems. I'm trying to remember one of the other ones is there's a 50 plus 50 minus 25. It's kind of sad that I have these memorized, but these are the common little viral ones. Yeah, the 50 plus 50 minus 25 times 0 plus 2 plus 2. Again, that's 104. Pretty simple stuff. Why is it 104? Because the multiplication has precedence, right? If you're from the UK, you remember BODMAS, brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Now be careful, division, multiplication have equal precedence. BODMAS in the UK is the same thing as PEMDAS in the United States. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Now you wonder why. Well, who made up that stupid rule, right? Why is that why do people do that? That's pretty simple, really. Parentheses are grouping symbols that just tell you to solve everything inside of those with a higher priority. Solve those things first. And then you look for like exponents, right? Well, what are exponents? Exponents are just shorthand for repeated multiplication. 2 to the third power is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2. It's repeated multiplication. So obviously exponents should have higher priority than multiplication, right? It makes sense because it's shorthand. And then after that, you've got multiplication and division. Well, what's multiplication? Multiplication is shorthand for repeated addition. 5 times 5 is the same thing as saying 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. 6 times 6 is the same thing as adding 6 times. So yeah, multiplication should come after exponents, right? It's following an order. It's following a logical order. And then division, well, do you do multiplication before division because PEMDAS says so? Or do you do division before multiplication because BODMAS? No, you're just memorizing the order of 6 letters, and you're not understanding that division is nothing more than multiplying by a reciprocal. So multiplication and division have the same order. They're the same precedence. You just go left to right. If your division is first going left to right, do it first. If multiplication's first going left to right, do it first. And then finally, addition and subtraction also have equal precedence. Subtracting is the same as adding a negative number. So you just solve those. So these are all really simple. Now again, this problem, I'll see people answer 4. And there's no way you get 4 on this. I mean, this is another one of these examples where to get 4, you would have to have parentheses that don't exist in the problem. If I go 50 plus 50 minus 25, and now if I put a closing parentheses around that, multiply it by 0, add 2, guess what? Now you get 4. And why is that? Because after all the long-winded explanation I've just left you about order of operations, you solve everything inside of the parentheses first. So you look at this problem and you go, oh, I see parentheses. So that means I need to add 50 and 50 and then subtract 25. Well, now I've just satisfied that first condition. I've solved everything inside the parentheses. And what do I get? Well, 50 plus 50 is 100. 100 minus 75. 100 minus 25 is 75. And then 75 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 4. So again, a lot of people just forget these things over time, I guess. But this is your explanation. If you wanted to get 4, 9, 1 for these common answers, you're going to need parentheses to get there. Okay, and then also, again, be careful about the calculator you use. Make sure you're using one that can work in expression mode. And if you do have a simple calculator, a problem like this, if I was using a simple calculator, I would just go minus 25 times 0. Well, actually, it won't let me enter it in with the minus sign. Actually, what I got to do is I can go 25, hit the minus sign, times 0, and then plus 50, and then what was it? Plus 2, right? Yeah, well, there we go, 104. So if you're using one of those simple calculators that cannot handle an entire expression, then you just enter the multiplication first. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to solve the multiplication first anyhow. I don't know why it put the left parenthesis like that. That it just did that when I hit the minus sign for the 25. But that's really how you do this stuff. So hopefully that clears it up. So the next time you see one of those viral problems, hopefully you'll better understand how to do those. All right. Thank you very much.